Tierra here with Gypsyfae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome or welcome back. Today is a fruity inspired soap. I was looking at a breakfast menu one day and they had a breakfast parfait on there, and every time I see one of those I'm like, I wish I'd wanted to be healthy and actually order that instead of like French toast and bacon and eggs. I never do. But I decided if I wanted to make my own breakfast parfaits, what kind of fruits would be in them. So I came up with this banana and kiwi design for today's soap. So let's get started. I just poured in my water, lye, and sodium lactate solution into my oils. As always, kaolin clay is in there and coconut milk powder. We're going to give this a whirl. So the fragrance I am using is Banana Kiwi by Nature's Garden. Guys, this smells delectable. I think this is one of my favorite Nature Garden scents that I've had so far. It smells like you opened up a bag of runts. It smells more candy sweet than it does fresh fruit, but it smells really good that if it were a thing, I would try to eat it. Alright, I'm going to split this up. My first layer, I'm going to be making like the kiwi part. And I've mixed together some soapbox mica colorants here. I've got some granny green and some jaded in there. Hopefully we get some sort of kiwi looking color. And then I have some titanium dioxide dispersed in water and some lemon chiffon, just a little bit of that for the banana. I am also going to be putting in some botanicals in here, kind of capture the essence of like the yogurt and the granola part and like the kiwi seeds. So I'm going to split this off. I'm going to start with that green color and mix that up. I think that's about all the white that we'll do a little more. It won't hurt. I have plans for it. I'm going to set these two off to the side. I'm going to start by mixing up this green. I'll add some poppy seeds to it, and then I'll pour it in my mold. Oh, and I'll add the fragrance. That's important too. So I've mixed in my fragrance by hand in there, and then I've got some of these poppy seeds from Crafter's Choice to mix in just so that they look like some of the kiwi seeds. I'm not going to add too much of this. It might add a little bit of exfoliation, but more of a design is what I'm going for. So let's stir them in and we'll pour that. I think that's going to be a really pretty kiwi color. I think kiwis have a little bit of a green and a little bit of a yellow undertone, so I couldn't just go with plain green. I was like, let's mix things up and have some fun. So pouring in this first layer, I will let this set up and I'll start mixing up those other colors to go on top of this layer. So base layer is going to be kiwi, and let's go get that banana and Greek yogurt concoction together. So fragrance is mixed in, and I almost put the wrong ingredient in that. I already have it sitting right here. I've got some flaxseed powder. I love this stuff. I'm going to put a little bit of this in there to make it look like granola in the yogurt. And not too much of that either. Again, just for design purposes. So we'll mix that in. And then I'm going to get my mold over here and pour in the rest of my soap batter. So I'm going to pour this in, but I'm going to use my spatula to break that fall. I don't want any of this, it's always a weird grip. I don't want this to break that bottom layer, and it looks orange. It doesn't even look yellow, right? And I've never used this particular color from Nurture, so I didn't know it was going to do that. But it happens with yellows. It does turn orange, and then once you let it and it goes through its little process, it goes back to yellow. So no worries about that. I poured in almost all of that yellow batter in there, and I'm going to take the white and I'm just going to drop this in from high up. And if that breaks that bottom layer, I'm perfectly fine with that. I just wanted this to look like you had dollops of yogurt and granola mixed in with this. You guys, I'm so excited about this. It smells so good too. So we'll scrape this out and I'll pour in the rest of that batter and we'll get the icing on top of here. The soapy frosting. Just for fun, I like to play in the top in it and make some swirls. I very rarely ever make a soap that has just the plain top on it, so I don't get to play in the top of the soap. I'm gonna cover it up anyway. It looks more like carrot soap. Okay, so I've whipped up some soap and I've got it in my frosting bag with a Wilton 8B. And I also colored this with the titanium dioxide and just a little bit of that flaxseed powder in there as well. And we're just going to make some pretty dollops on this. This inspired me to want to make my own Parfait bowls for breakfast instead of eating, like, you know, whatever's left over in the fridge. But I'm really weird about yogurt. So I do have these chia seeds that I thought would make an interesting topping to this soap, just because I do put them in my own smoothie bowls and my own granola parfaits. I get really weirded out with yogurt. I feel like it needs to have a different texture, so I always have to put like granola or some kind of seed in there to give me some kind of substance to it. I don't know, is it just me? Is anyone else weirded out by yogurt? I don't know why. Or if I do get yogurt, I really like the creamy, thick kinds that come out with like candy in it. Nah, that doesn't count, right? And then I went to the store this morning and I came out with the two things that I went in for, which was coffee and olive oil and a papaya. Hint for the soap coming out after this one, and a thing of kiwi. Now, I was over a friend's house over the weekend, and I don't know how this conversation started, but everyone was saying that pineapple is the best fruit. So they were saying it was the best fruit and that it is the candy of the fruit world. Now, my favorite fruit is watermelon, but I don't think making a yogurt granola bowl out of watermelon would taste good. That's my opinion. My favorite fruit is kiwi, and no one agreed with me that that was the best fruit and the sweetest fruit. I really like it because it is sweet, but it also has a little bit of sour to it. And you can eat a whole bunch of it and not end up with a million ulcers in your mouth. So I also hate peeling pineapples. And it's expensive to buy them already peeled and cut, and the stuff in the can just doesn't do. So I don't agree with that. I like kiwi better. And I never have bought a papaya before and eaten it and used it, so that's going to be interesting. Well, Bradley will be the one probably peeling and cutting it like he does with the pineapples. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not going to be a very good job at that. I'm going to probably cut myself. Cut my finger trying to peel open a papaya. Alright, I'm going to continue putting on my dollops here and refill my icing bag. So now that that is all iced, I'm going to show you guys the embeds. These are little banana slices, and I really hope the camera is just picking up the detail in these. This is a Vanulé mold that I got, and I will link that below. They were for a little while on hiatus, and I think they're back now. But that is so realistic looking, I almost want to eat it. Compared to the ones that I made that are supposed to be kiwi slices, I just poured up some green mica and some poppy seeds and then cut them into triangles. And that is my rendition of a kiwi, okay? You get the point. So that's what's going to go on top of this soap. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking in one on each side. Hopefully that banana sticks out there enough that you can see what it is. It doesn't blend in. Didn't think about that. This looks so yummy. I also believe that when you go to a restaurant and they have those parfait bowls, they're always so boring. Like, they don't ever put anything other than berries in there. It's like strawberries and blueberries, and that's all you get in those parfaits. And I'm like, let's kick it up a notch. That's boring. Let's put some fancy fruits in there, like tropical fruits. I feel like there are two different types of fruits. You got like your farm fresh fruits that are like strawberries and blueberries and apples, and then you got your tropical fruits. I like tropical fruits. Give me the mangoes, give me the bananas and the kiwis, the papayas, the pineapples. I like tropical fruits so much better, and it's probably because we don't get them very often, and if we do, they aren't that great because we don't grow them here, so you gotta import a lot of that stuff. But I would prefer to have a tropical fruit parfait than a plain berry parfait. Alright, so then kiwis. This looks so delicious, you guys. I cannot wait to cut into this. It's going to be one of those soaps that give me anxiety about the inside, because that, I know it is, but that orange better turn back to yellow. I'm just saying. That is not the color I was going for. And I hope this fragrance really stays as strong and pretty as it is. It's a very pretty and yummy smell. And after, you know, it saponifies, I hope that scent really sticks in there. Am I doing this? Yeah, I'm doing this right. Alright, so put these last few ones on here. And then I'll start sprinkling on my chia seeds. And I'll probably put a little bit more flaxseed on there. This really makes it. Look at that. Oh, that looks so yummy. I want to eat it. Alright, I'll give this a spray with rubbing alcohol. I might put a little bit of glitter on here. Maybe just a tad little bit of shimmer. Let's see what I got here. Let's do this shimmer. Super Sparkle Shimmer from Nurture. I think that really outlines all those ridges of the bananas and the piping there. And then I'll get some of this flaxseed and just sprinkle a little bit of that on there. I want those chia seeds to be like the main ingredient on top, so I'm not going to put as much of this flax on there. Alright, I'm going to spray it and I'll bring you guys in for a close-up because I'm obsessed with this soap. Okay, time to cut this. I am so excited and it smells just as good as it did yesterday. I'm going to try and to cut this laying it on the right side up, and hopefully there's no drag marks, but if there is, I'm going to flip it on its side, and I did get a little bit of drag marks in there. I don't know if I'm too concerned with it though. Maybe I'll try to flip it on its side. Fine. It smells so good. So when I got done making this soap yesterday, when I thought I was done making the soap yesterday, I just looked at it and went, it's missing something. Like it needs something else. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this is any better. So I went, duh, it needs some oatmeal on top because there's oatmeal and granola. So I got the oatmeal and I put some of that on top. And then I went and looked at this picture that is exactly what I was thinking of as far as the breakfast bowl or the breakfast parfait. And it had a little like drizzle of either honey or agave on there, and I thought that's gonna look really good as well. So I went and got some melt and pour and added a little drizzle to the top of it. So I really like how that turned out a lot. And I see that that bottom layer was thick enough that when I did that drop swirl, it didn't break through. So that turned out really well. If you look up close, just really up close, you'll see there are some glycerin rivers on there. Very faint though. It did heat up. Like, you can barely see those. And then there's all the fun flaxseed inside and the top of it with that banana slice and the kiwi on it. And I just love how that turned out. So much so that I think I'm going to have to keep a bar of it for myself. And I don't ever do that because there is no lack of soap in this house. Hopefully I'm not cutting any bananas there. Now that it's turned on its side, I can't really see where I'm cutting. Yeah, between buying soap from other soap makers or receiving soap, there's no lack of soap in this house, but I love this scent and this design so much that I want my own bar of this. It really does smell delicious, and I feel like it now that it's in the soap, it really fits the theme. It is so cool. I love it. I love it so much. Probably one of my favorites this year, not gonna lie. I don't say that too often, but everything about this soap is perfection to me. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in purchasing this soap, it will be available on July 28th, and you can get yourself a bar. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And I don't care, I'm turning it over because I can't see what I'm doing. See? I'm gonna cut that. I'll probably just flip it around. What was I saying? If you're new to the channel, why not subscribe? Any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I'll smell you later.